The Memphis division of the Black Gangster Disciples. And once again, Freedom of Information Act, aka FOIA, subject, Black the Gangster Disciples. Some of this, a lot of this, well, more than enough of this, these files are redacted, but there's enough information that you still can get the message, right? Subject, violent drug gang, Black Gangster Disciples, racketeering enterprise investigation, drugs, Memphis division. On this date, authority was granted to this bureau's Memphis division to open an REI for a 180-day period on captioned matter, pursuant to the Attorney General's guidelines on general crimes, racketeering enterprise, and domestic security terrorism investigations, effective March 21st, 1983, and revised April 4th, 1989. Information supplied by the Memphis Division established indication of the existence of a racketeering enterprise involving illicit drug trafficking. Like I said, this is what they call redaction, y'all. But at the same time, there's a lot of people out there that can fill in the information because their version of redactions or still leave enough information for the people that know they know. Right. Synopsis. The Black Gangster Disciples, BGD, have traditionally been a loosely organized gang involved primarily in burglaries, robberies, and auto theft. Since the mid-1980s, however, drug trafficking appears to have become the chief profit-making activity for the gang. The Memphis Police Department established a youth gang task force in the mid-1980s to address the criminal activities of street gangs. Their findings indicated an increase in gang membership and activity even at that time. Memphis gangs were primarily influenced by the Chicago-based Gangsters Disciples and Vice Lords. The Black Gangster Disciples in Memphis have aligned themselves with the Los Angeles-based Crips gang as a part of the Folk Nation. The BGDs maintain their own identity, however. New members are now being trained to think of the Crips as cousins. The Crips typically refer to gang members as cuz. In the neighborhoods where the BGD dominate, a combination of BGD and Crip graffiti has been observed. Total membership for the BGDs in Memphis is estimated between 900 and 1,000. Gang members recognize the confusion they have created by their changing organizational structure and use it to their advantage. Oftentimes, they use hand symbols, graffiti, and other gang affiliation symbols interchangeably. March 30, 1993. Same thing, racketeering. Details. The Black Gangster Disciples are currently the most visible and are believed to be the most violent of Memphis street gangs. They are located geographically in South and Southwest Memphis, where heavy recruiting is being conducted in the middle and high schools. Member complement includes the subgroups the Gangster Disciples, the Gangster Disciple Queens, a female gang, the Maniac Disciples, and the Insane Disciples. These four gangs are further divided into sets, and their members are between the ages of 12 and 19. The GDs strive to become full-fledged members of the BGDs. Recruitment by various gangs is on the increase, and many are joining to be protected from rival gangs. Others join gangs due to their fear of the gang members who attack them if they resist. One initiation ritual requires a prospective member to be physically beaten by other members. The prospective members are expected to commit a crime to be accepted into the gang. In order to move up the ranks in the organization, members must commit crimes of a more violent nature, usually involving firearms. Now, I want y'all to pay attention because when we get a little further down, One of their initiation rituals is going to blow your mind, so just stay tuned. It has been documented in the past year that gang members who are subjects of investigation by other FBI field offices have come to Memphis to recruit and teach existing gangs their methodology and ideology. The high incidence of drive-by shootings, several drug-related homicides, including execution-style murders, the sharp increase in the overall violent crime rate for juveniles, the numerous aggravated assaults in area schools are largely attributable to gang activity. Key dominant figures. They got their names redacted. Information to today on the individual who lead the BGDs is sketchy. The streets names, Dunk and Dunk, have been used to describe two, a black male. Y'all can figure that out. Somebody out there. His drug trafficking territory includes the area South Memphis. It has been said that so and so carries a fully automatic weapon and controls boom. Identifying, y'all get it. A BGD will be a priority objective of this REI. There is no further description of so and so. So remember, this is an investigation. So y'all can just read that till we get down to something that's not redacted. And just like I said, somebody out there know who is who. The BG members listed below have prior criminal records with the Memphis Police Department. All have committed violent criminal acts, including aggravated robbery and burglary. There y'all go again. I'm just gonna scroll up and boom, 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 boom. Just remember all of that. Memphis has compiled a list of over 200 individuals who claim to be or who are believed to be members of the BGDs. Through the cooperation of the Memphis City Schools, Juvenile Court, and Memphis Police Department, the list continues to grow. It has been determined through FBI Memphis debriefings of several BGD members and a rival gang member that several Memphis gangs or individual members are being supplied cocaine by local drug trafficking organizations. Right. BGD members have stated that some drug traffickers who are currently being investigated or have already been prosecuted in the Western District of Tennessee are supportive of gang ideology and are cooperative with gang members when it comes to drug trafficking. I wonder, it was said that Craig Pettis was affiliated with the gangs or maybe even a member, right? We'll get to that later. It's all in here. BGD members involved in drug trafficking are supplied to some extent by these local drug traffickers. The cocaine is usually distributed by BGD gang members in the form of crack in the housing projects around the schools and neighborhoods. Some cocaine and marijuana is being supplied by gang members who travel to and from Los Angeles, Chicago, Detroit, New York, and other major cities carrying varying amounts of drugs. These members are not always Memphis-based, but recognize Memphis as a fertile ground for gang activity and drug trafficking. Finances. Further investigation must be conducted in order to determine how the BGDs handle their finances. There is no known police public corruption at this time. Well, that shit has drastically changed. A local GDQ, that's a gangster disciple, queen, a female, recently advised there are individuals called messengers who have the job of keeping BGD members informed. The information comes from Chicago to Memphis by fastest mile, according to this GDQ, and is further disseminated by the messengers. It is believed the messengers are concerned with information which affects the BGDs as an organization. Communication among individual subgroups is generally by telephone. Memphis BGDs also allegedly meet on a bi-monthly basis at local hotels to discuss gang-related business. Information is also passed during informal meetings at the various high schools. BGD members believed to be dealing drugs near the schools have been observed carrying pagers Other types of personal communications equipment used by individual gang members has not been identified. Man, as a protective measure, the younger gang members serve as lookouts and decoys for marked police vehicles when they enter gang areas of operation. Other typical methods are used to disassociate themselves from the drug transactions with unfamiliar individuals. BGD members have stated it is very easy to obtain weapons, and most carry some type of weapon at all times. They advise that the attitude of most BGD members regarding shooting someone or being shot is that it is considered in the line of duty. BGD members have robbed several pawn shops and have stolen weapons which they use in their turf skirmishes and robberies. Vehicles can be borrowed from suspect car dealers who also provide cars to the local drug traffickers. Other sources of supplied weapons must be determined. Based on the upon available information, the BGDs are considered the most formidable Memphis street gang. It is a secondary drug trafficking organization with potential to expand its operation as membership and influence continue to grow. The BGDs are armed with all types of firearms and have shown their willingness to employ these weapons in their drug distribution activities. BGD and other Memphis gang members seeking to rise in their respective organizations use violence to get respect from the leaders, thus the almost daily drive-by shootings. Crimes of violence have increased dramatically among juvenile offenders over the past year in Memphis, largely due to gang recruitment and initiation rituals, as well as drug distribution activities. Now, one thing about this is just like the Crips and the Bloods. The government are the ones that's primarily using these gangs. The government, we're going to do a video about men of Arkansas and Clinton later on to explain this. So just let that marinate. Information contained in this. Matter of fact, you know what I'm finna do, y'all? I'm finna to just scroll through this slowly. Very slowly. Put a little music in the background and let y'all do all the reading so I can get started on another video simultaneously. How about that? True. Don't take it personal. I'm working on something else for some new information on the flipper. And old boy and a couple of his associates that he didn't want y'all to know about. That would be Govan. And matter of fact, I can't even help it. Since I'm scrolling, I might well read what I can. Information today indicates that of the approximately 20 street gangs identified in Memphis, there are 3 to 4 accountable for the majority of the criminal acts. The Black Gangster Disciples and the Vice Lords are the 2 major gangs identified by law enforcement in the mid-'80s. The BGD are the most currently visible and most violent. They are located primarily in southwest Memphis in predominantly black neighborhoods. The VL are a remnant of the past and less is known about their current activities. They appear to be active mainly in North Memphis, where their graffiti is prominently displayed. One of the VL sets, formerly known as Redacted, was considered the largest and best organized gang in Memphis. It must be determined how the VL are currently organized and the extent of their criminal activities. Hold on. Heavy recruiting is being conducted in many Memphis high schools. Recruiting methods involve a great deal of intimidation and appears to be meeting with some resistance. Many students carry weapons to school in order to protect themselves from gang members. Numerous assaults involving firearms and knives have occurred on junior high and high school campuses during the current school year. The schools report the incidents are a result of gang recruiting and initiation rituals. One initiation ritual requires a prospective member to receive a physical beating from gang members. The Memphis City School System has formed its own task force on violence to address the gang problem and other issues. In addition to the above-mentioned gangs, the Bloods and Crips have become entrenched in Memphis neighborhoods. The Crips appear to have the larger membership of the two, currently estimated 1,000. having recruited BGD members and members of other gangs into their ranks. Recruiting efforts by the Bloods are also apparent, but not to the same extent as the Crips. Sets of the Hoover Street Crips and the Great Street Crips have been identified, as well as the 62nd Street Brim Bloods. There are several gangs indigenous to Memphis that have been identified as being involved in drug trafficking. I'm going to come back because I know how to pronounce that word, but just right now. As involved in drug trafficking. These gangs tend to be small in number and may actually be subgroups of some larger gangs. It must be determined how the recent recruiting efforts of the Crips and Bloods have affected the gang territorial boundaries, membership complement, and the drug trafficking operations of existing group. Memphis Division plans to aggressively address violent drug gang activity via a joint task force with the Memphis Police Department. Shit. These motherfuckers, it's the ones that infiltrated the MPD and came in as gang members, as we found out as of currently. Other federal, state, and local agencies also recognize the urgent need to confront the gang situation and have pledged their cooperation. The objectives of the BGDs is to further identify Memphis street gang, prioritize, and target them for investigation based on the extent of their drug trafficking activities, their propensity for violence, and their involvement in criminal activity. Memphis will attempt to identify the gang leaders and members who facilitate the gang's drug trafficking operations, the type of drugs trafficked, and the methods of operation, to include identifying suppliers, means of transportation, and distribution networks must be discerned. Memphis will attempt to determine the organizational structure and roles of the key members and associates. Let's keep going, y'all. Get to some more. Let me slow down for the people that's interested, because we got, believe it or not, people still read. Yeah, we already know they opened up an investigation. This was 1993. 180 days is just the official way. This is part one. I can read that. And let me see. This is a message to the FBI in Memphis and authorizing them to open an investigation for 180 days from April the 20th, 1993 to October the 17th, 1993. Yeah, already this is a recap. They already have a lot of them under investigation. Homicides, drugs, execution style murders, and all of that good stuff. Just gonna scroll down here. And we're gonna get to something that I thought was mind blowing. Now, this part right here stood out to me because I believe I might know who this is because he's affiliated with Hernandez Govan, if y'all put two and two together. Now, this is redacted, right? He was a deputy from the Shelby County School District, right? And the Shelby County Sheriff's Department, too. Now, he went undercover, right? I mean, the FBI deputized him to work under their umbrella. A white male, 5'10", 195 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes, 18 years, law enforcement experience. Last firearms qualification May 7, 1993. We'll get to that later. I ain't gonna blow the Now, where is this at? Let me see. Yeah, I can read all that. I want to get to one specific part of All right, I guess I gotta go back. Here we go. All right. Pursuant to the Safe Streets Initiative, Chicago formed in 1992, the Joint Task Force on Gangs, JTFG, has focused largely on the Black Gangster Disciple Nation, a predominantly black street gang headquartered in Chicago. The organization operates largely through the use of violence, intimidation, and sale of drugs. A racketeering enterprise investigation is being conducted in Chicago as well. Reference teletype described a high-level Chicago black disciple gang member known only as redacted. The JTFG members queried Chicago Division databases, Chicago Police Department, gang specialists in the South Chicago area, and confidential sources for information regarding this person. To date, no such person has been identified. So described as a black male with boom, 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 has 2 Chicago arrests on March 31st, 1992. Blank was charged with criminal. Well, if you know what he was charged with, see what I'm saying? They dumb. Gonna redact the name, but then give us all this information. Follow along. On March 31st, 1992, Blank was charged with criminal trespass to land. On April the 24th, 1993, he was charged with mob action. Both charges were ultimately dismissed in state court. According to a Chicago gang specialist, Boom is a known BGDN member with little rank within the criminal organization. A review of mid-July 1993 CPD major case reports for a shooting or homicide located near 91st Street or 92nd Street revealed only one such incident. A homicide located on the street at 9849 South through Chicago. What the hell? Let me see something, y'all. 9849. Cause they let me see if that shit even exists. Hold on, I'm doing something on my. Let me see, 9849. What this shit say? South. Man, you felt crazy here. South Throop Street. Okay. South Throop Street. So this is a curve. All right, that does exist. 9849 South through Chicago. The victim, Walter R. Casey, a black male, 42 years old, was shot in the head by a handgun at close range while walking down the sidewalk at 0019 hours. Though no arrests have yet been made, it appears Casey may have been shot as a result of ongoing neighborhood dispute. No other shootings were reported in the area for the time frame requested. Today, Chicago has not experienced this type of initiation rights involving the murder of innocent motorists. A review of Chicago files for known BGDN connections to Memphis located only 2 incidents, both provided by confidential informants, and on one occasion, a CI advised. Let me see, can I see what's going on? Walter R. Casey. Hold on, y'all. Just hold your horses. Walter R. Casey. Walter R. Casey. Walter R. Casey. What is Chicago? Casey. Let me see. Chicago. Let me see. Murder. Oh. Yeah. I'm gonna be way back in the day, so probably ain't got no files on that. But anyway, a CI advised. Here go all this redaction shit. I can read it. Alright, keep on going up here so I can find what I was looking for. Yeah, I can read out of that and maybe, look at that, they got a whole damn redacted. Boy. Alright, this is what I want to show y'all. Now, this is crazy as hell. New gang members will have a new initiation ritual beginning in August 1993. New members will be required to drive along the street at night with the headlights turned off, and the first driver who signals to them to turn on their headlights by blinking their lights, the prospective member will follow the other driver home and kill the occupants of the vehicle, even if there are women and children inside. Ain't that some crazy shit? Drive down, turn your lights out, drive down the street. And the first person that flash their lights to tell you that to turn yours on, you supposed to turn around and follow them home and execute everybody in the damn car. Women, children, everybody. Dog too. Turtle, all of that. That shit crazy. Let me see. The gang had a stock of weapons, AKs, and all this stuff. The gang also has access to dynamite. All right, now here go one of their little meetings. The meetings are held at various locations. They were held over a 3-day period. He estimated at least 300 gang members attended the meetings. Members pay $50 in dues each month and are fined if the money is late. Dues are paid in part to bail members out of jail and to pay attorney fees. A member will not be bonded out if they have murdered a family member or if they have raped someone. Man, here goes some more information. Yep, they're protecting the hell out of their informers on. Look at all that. I'm gonna go get the. I'm gonna put in one for the unredacted files, y'all, cause I can't. They pissing me off with this shit. Yeah, I'm finna go get all that. I'm gonna get all that. So, matter of fact, yeah. So I'll just wait, cause they got too much redaction. But I'm gonna keep scrolling up for the people that want to finish reading. And there y'all go. Y'all know how to slow it down, pause it. You can slow the clock down or whatever, the speed down, and y'all can get it. Oh, the largest set goes by the numerical identifier 274. I heard that before. Mm-hmm. They talking about the females that's initiated. And go another high-ranking member. Some good stuff in here, but I'm going to get the unredacted files. Here go that little structure uh, and all of that. So, damn, it goes on and on. All right, almost done, y'all. I hope go file it right now too. Boom. What is this? What the hell? So I got going on right here. SAC's authority. Oh, that's like, I think that is wiretaps and shit. So they did another one for another 180 days. So they extended the investigation. Mm. Go list of their known members. So yeah, I'm finna go get that now. So y'all give me a couple of days because them names that they got blotted out is gonna explain a whole lot of shit. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. All right. This is just for the people that want to read. Y'all know how to pause it, slow it down. Let me go file this while it's fresh in my head. And then we'll get back to this so that we'll have names. And I'm quite sure all of those redacted names is gonna put some real shit together. Look at that. Murder. Cocaine distribution. Yep. That's one. Look at all that. Yep. So I ain't gonna keep on scrolling, but I'll do it for y'all though. Yeah, how many pages is it? What's this here? Atlanta. We already know this shit. That's what I'm saying. This put stresses, boy, crossing state lines like a mug. Come on. Man, El Paso, Honolulu, everywhere. All right, so I'm out. I can come back with the oh, that's the end of it anyway. Out it made it, y'all. All right, y'all like, share, subscribe, our support. And this is just, I'm just sharing information on these kind of videos with whatever intrigues me. I just use the time to share it with y'all for whoever may want to know, because I be having a lot of SHIT on my mind. So I just chose to share it with y'all. Some people appreciate, the other ones just like what they like. This ain't for nobody to like, hate, or anything. It's just me sitting by myself, seeking information and curious about some shit. So let the people that appreciate it, okay? Like, share, subscribe. Always support. Stay safe. Stay true. Stay blessed. We wish to donate to the channel. Cash App $ True Results #2. Let me first of all file this for you. Get this unredacted version, and then finish this Hernandez Govan video with two of his most specialist people that he did not want their face and stuff revealed in the middle of his SHIT. And I'm gonna holler at y'all later. True, y'all. I'm out.